Well, welcome to Pizzey Park, the home of the Burleigh Bears for this weekend's match of the round here in the QTOP Rugby League Gold Coast competition. Mick Heary joins me in commentary for this one, and it's going to be a really good game, Mick. We've got Burleigh sitting on top of the table at the moment, and Currumbin, they're sitting in third position. It's going to be a great match.
Scott, pleasure to be here, mate. Beautiful weather. A lot of the good pundits are saying that this is probably a grand final preview. Both crackerjack sides, as we go through the game, you'll find out who's on the field, who's not on the field. A few sides have something to say about that, particularly Southport and a few of the others. But outside of that, mate, looking forward to this game. It should be a cracker.
Yeah, both teams have played each other already once this season. It was early on in the season. Burleigh got away with that one pretty comprehensively, but Currumbin have really come into their own over the last 3 or 4 rounds. They've won 3 out of the last 4 matches that they've played. And having a look at a little bit of media throughout the week, the coach made mention that they didn't really have much of a pre-season together. They didn't get much training in, and as the season's gone along, they've just seemed to have improved every week.
Mate, I think, based on last year, they got a little bit to prove too. They did everything but win the grand final last year, did everything but play in the grand final last year. They finished minor premiers, were clearly the outstanding side in the competition, but couldn't go on and make a grand final. I think they've got plenty to prove this year, plenty to prove today.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great game. It'll be Currumbin who will get us underway here. They're running from right to left. And Ramage playing in the half-back position this week. He has been playing fullback for the Currumbin Eagles so far throughout the majority of the competition.
Tyler Sparks charges in straight away. Scott, have a look at this forward pack of Burleigh Bears. Gee whiz, you know, Oliver Percy, Jordan Scott, Tyler Sparks, Matt Robinson, Appy Noema, gee whiz.
And Egan shows and goes straight away. He's still going. Egan, he looks to take on the fullback himself, turns it back on the inside beautifully, and Burkers is running away. Well, that is the absolute perfect start here for the Burleigh Bears. It was just a show and go from Matt Egan straight through the line, but that's danger signs there for Currumbin early on defensively.
Well, mate, perfect start. Gee whiz, we're not even a minute in. She scored 4-0, will be 6-0. Matty Egan, the only rep player from the Burleigh side out of interest and the A grade. Well done to him, South East Queensland representative. Josh Burgers, mate, 2 weeks ago, lucky enough to call the Intrust Super Cup game, Redcliffe versus Burleigh. Josh Burgers man of the match in that game, so he's come back to A grade. Mate, we got class all over the paddock here.
Yeah, and it's been showing in the early stages of the season. Only 1 draw against the Burleigh Bears side, and the rest are victories, so they are sitting at the top of the table, and they're showing why they're a side to look out for throughout the season so far. Wow.
Scott, but I think Burleigh plays a lot of sides into form. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was down here and watched the local A-grade play Churgan. Churgan had been battling, and it was I think 16-all draw versus Churgan. Churgan had really been battling. They've arrived here like nothing more. Run last in the competition, we don't care as long as we beat Burleigh, and it shows with a lot of sides. Geez, they lift against this side here, so, you know, 1 minute in, the try's gone away. Let's see what Currumbin have got in them.
So Egan to the left of the uprights. Moves in, and the touchies are happy, so conversion attempt is successful, and 6-0 Burleigh Bears with the early lead in this one.
He's 5th in the try scoring, Matty Egan, so that'll just add to his tally.
Pretty good stat for a halfback to be scoring as many tries as what he is, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he certainly earned his spot in that SEQ side, but it's where both sides are positioned. It's extremely funny that we only had one rep player selected. But what a start, Scotty.
So here we go again. Ramage again gets us back underway, and the Bears.
Sparksy again.
Fairly similar, almost feels like a little bit of deja vu already. That's how we got the game underway. They come back towards the middle again. Let's see if they go the early shift out toward Egan again here. A slower roll ball on that occasion. They still take it up through the middle. Noema. No, it was Valini. My apologies. Now they go the early kick on this occasion. Looked like it was 4th tackle. It turns Bailey Gill around.
The old kick's as good as a chase. Have a look at the Burleigh chase here. Outstanding.
Yeah, nice straight line there from the Bears. So good start from Burleigh so far in this match, but Currumbin, this is the first possession with the football for them. So interesting to see how they go here the Currumbin side. Just taking it up through the middle as well at the moment.
Mate, they've got to take them on in the forwards. If they're any chance, they've got to take them on and break square. If they break square, you've got the likes of Kenny Allison out wide that can score points.
So Gillum still going in the tackle as Gillum. Tioa in the tackle over the top as well. Talisi, look out for him, and big Stuart Mason as well in the middle. Two props. They don't mind a little bit of ball movement as well. And Mortimer, again, danger man for Currumbin. Plenty of NRL experience.
Tane, beautiful catch. Safe as a bank.
So Bears now coming out of their end of the field.
Anari, plenty of QTOP and Anari as well, coming back from injury.
Muir coming in, doing some work to get the Burleigh side forward. Egan, double pumps. Plenty of space out here coming in off the left foot. Burgers again. Back to Egan. Still going Egan. He links up as well with Tane, and just ankle tap there at the end, but they're in all sorts of trouble here again on the right-hand side. Egan sends it this way again. He's still dancing. Oh, good contact over the top, but the referee has seen something. Yeah, the Currumbin side. Offside, but they were really on the back foot there, Currumbin.
Danger, Scott.
Ooh, yeah, it's real alarm bells, just the way that they're making their way through the field, but it's down that left-hand side again with Burkers, isn't it? Egan and Burkers linking up nicely again.
You know, you've got a lot of these blokes on this A-grade side play most in trust side, and Josh Burkers, he's a class act, and he's showing it in the first 5 minutes here.
So just shy of the try line here, Burleigh. Like the tactics, taking the tap and getting on with it. Egan sends it out the back. They've got numbers here again. Burleigh, Burkers. Can he stretch out over the line? And the referee's actually pulled that back for a forward pass.
How forward was that? Jeez, I'm Specsavers. Was that forward? Gee whiz.
I can't say it triggered anything to me to see that there was a forward pass there, but I guess they're in a better position than what we are.
Well, I went swimming the other day and I pulled out a seal. I thought it was a little kid in danger. So perhaps I need Specsavers.
We might both need it. You can get those 2-for-1 offers sometimes. I think if anyone from Specsavers is out there.
We're on there for sure.
So, no doubt
they're in trouble early, Currumbin. They've got to settle, and they've just absolutely very important set this. Very important set coming out of their own end. Just settle things down and make it a good get to your kick.
But again, Burleigh coming up nicely out of the line. So the defensive pressure, look at this, nice straight line again from Burleigh as the Eagles come down the left-hand side. It's Gillum rolling the ball now. Talisi just tucks it under the wing. Nice leg drive there from the experience player there, Talisi. They go right-hand side now with Jared Gill. Still moving in the tackle, Gill.
Part of the famous Gill family. Peter Bailey and co.
So Mortimer plays short. On that last play, it's fifth tackle now. Goes to Mortimer again, sends it up. Wells, he did a great job to take that in the end.
They put some pressure on him.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Gray coming through. Didn't really have eyes for the football, but just put a lot of pressure.
Must be a tactic, Scott. They're not going the long kick, that short midfield bomb. There must be a reason for it. They must have saw something in the video sessions this week.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, they've sent it up every time they've had the football, the Eagles, but at least it was another completed set for them.
Without question, they got to the 6. And I'm impressed with Pelé. He's really putting in this afternoon. His work rate early is very good.
But again, they come down the left-hand side again. Burkers, why wouldn't you give him plenty of football, and he gets a penalty as well.
And this is something Currumbin can ill afford to do. They have got to be played very, very smart. You know, that's dumb footy. They get on the back foot. They're positioned beautifully now with six tackles to go, and they're in strife again.
Yeah, it might have been Matt Robinson actually got the penalty there. So Egan will send it over towards the sideline.
It says a lot about the Gold Coast Rugby League, Scott. The class of player that's on the paddock here today, and I know I talk about Burleigh, but gee whiz, there's some stars in this Currumbin side as well, don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a really good aspect of the Rugby League Gold Coast A-grade comp this year, and also the coaches that we've come across as well. Kevin Campion down at Burleigh.
Yes, for sure.
So plenty of experience, a lot of Intrust Super Cup coaches that have worked their way back as well. So stars on show for sure this year in the A-grade comp. But Burleigh again mounting plenty of pressure on. It's a nice roll ball. They come right-hand side again. Oh, gets out from the tackle, still driving in. And Noema there just getting away from the first tackle, kept those legs pumping. And pinpointed straight towards the try line, and they just couldn't stop him.
Now, I don't want to be too harsh, but 10 minutes in, Jesus, they need to tighten up. They need to tighten up, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon. That's a try that probably shouldn't have been scored. That's an effort try. And they probably wasn't entitled to go. And we sit here and wonder, they make inroads left, inroads left, inroads. Well, why are you coming right? Well, you know, bingo, they score the 4-pointer.
Comes back down to that penalty though that they gave away just previously as well.
Without question, that's where they've got to play smart, put themselves in the game. At the moment, they put themselves out of the game. This is early, plenty of time to go. They just got to play a bit smarter and get themselves into the game. They've got the footballers there. There's no risk.
So great start here from the Burleigh Bears.
I know that Kia Perry and Lockie Sheldon both making their debut for Burleigh today. Liam Thompson coming off the bench. He's an Englishman from Oldham. Currumbin's fluked him or jagged him from somewhere. So it'll be very interesting to see. I don't know too much about him. Be interested to see how he goes when he gets some game time.
I mean, we're coming into winter here, but he's still probably thinking it's the middle of summer, coming from Oldham, no doubt.
Oh, he'd have sweat on the brow sitting on that bench. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, it's great. Great to see the influx of Englishmen that are making their way over to Australia at the moment. The English Raiders in Canberra.
Oh, they're outstanding, aren't they?
But they're great players, aren't they? They're
absolutely
hard-nosed, and they're the kind of guys you want in your footy team.
Hard and decent human beings.
Absolutely.
You never hear them getting in trouble.
And Egan slots that one over. So conversion there, another 2 points to the bank. And Matt
Scott,
Egan.
Just the earlier grades, I think Burleigh cleaned up in the 20s and reserve grade. Not sure of the scores, but both pretty comfortable wins, both against Huntersville.
Yeah, so as a whole, mate, Burleigh, the start of the season, we're starting to get towards the midpoint now, but across all the grades, how have the Bears been going so far this year?
Mate, they couldn't be happy. I think the women's, if they're not on top, they're thereabouts, and you go all the way through, mate, everyone's certainly semi-finalists and closer to the top than the bottom of the semi-final list. Deja vu, bringing on day. Tyler Sparks takes it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So 12-0 on the scoreboard. And the Bears back in possession here. See if they look to shift or go that early kick. They've got plenty of variation in their play. They come down that left-hand side of the field again. Matt Robinson looking for the offload. Again, Palasalisi in the tackle, just slowing that roll ball down a little bit. Robinson looking for the penalty.
You know, Matt Robinson, NRL in trust. Geez, he's got some experience under his belt.
So they go down that left-hand side again. Tane still dancing around, really elusive. Looks like he's got plenty of speed and agility. Rolls the ball now on the 40. Egan, he sends this one skywards.
I think they're all offside.
So Gill
right now
takes it, and there's a little bit of space out here, but the ball just going behind Ben Willets on that occasion. Willets coming back off the left foot.
It was the right play.
Yeah, almost caught him napping down that short side there, wasn't it?
Just a little bit of execution off.
So struggling to get forward so far in the early part of the set here, Currumbin. They need to get a couple of their big boys in here to do some of the hard work. Just get him forward. This man will do it all day, every day. Stuart Mason. Look at him. 4 Burleigh Bears players swarming around.
Geez, he's a big man.
He's a big lump of a lemon, but agile as well. He's got a little bit of footwork about him as well and an offload. So coming off, I think he's been selected in the SEQ team as well. Stuart Mason after the rep weekend last weekend, where the Gold Coast Vikings won the Chairman's Challenge, 2 wins over Brisbane, Brisbane Red and Brisbane Blue sides.
Well, mate, just as what we were talking about earlier, we're witnessing a very strong competition, which is absolutely fantastic for the district. Mate, we got a reasonable crowd here today, which is fantastic. 1 versus 3, you'd expect that.
Yeah, it's a great crowd. Sunday footy, mate. Oh, nothing better. Good conditions. A little bit of cloud cover coming over now, but nice and dry. Fast track here at Busy Park.
I heard a rumour too, the beer is absolutely chilled.
Oh,
absolutely chilled. Beautiful.
So the Bears, and again, really good attacking position. It's 5th tackle now. Egan puts it on the toe, gets it down low, gets a nice bounce out there, picking the football up. So again, another completed set for the Bears, and again, more variation. They're showing a little bit more with their kicking game. They've been putting them up, sending early kicks down as well, and just a nice little grubble kick.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit though. That's the old take the ball back a metre and play it. It drives me insane.
It looked like they played it on the same blade of grass that it was played last time.
Yeah, drives me nutty.
So now they come down the left-hand side. Pelletalisi this time. Been really busy.
Mate, he's had a stellar career, Pele. He really has. And I don't know, he must be getting some age under his belt now.
Yeah, I think I might have read earlier on in the season this might be his last go around. But I think he might have said that last season as well. Got convinced into playing as Mortimer's under real pressure here. Manages to get the ball away. And Gillum, he just chucks it on the toe. So not the end to their set they would have been looking for. And the Bears here on tackle 1.
And nothing quite going right for them, is it? You know, they're not getting any bounce. That easily could have bounced the other way. They retained the ball and give themselves a chance, but nothing going right for them at the moment.
Yeah, so I was just going to say it's second tackle coming into the third tackle now, and they're over the halfway again. Driving over the top of Mortimer. So good work there, Noema.
The try scorer?
Yeah, beautiful. Try out here on the right-hand side. So come down this right-hand side again with a show and go. This looks support, goes himself and stretches out and scores. Connor Tioa. So that's now it's starting to become a bit of a concern because they're breaking through the line. We saw Egan do it earlier on, and now Connor just doing the show and go and getting straight through the line.
Scotty, we're going minute for minute.
Oh dear.
First half. And it's dangerous. It's disappointing because, as we said earlier, we look at that. You look at the Currumbin side. You know, there's sprinkles of class in there, and there's very handy footballers in there. But regardless what Burleigh is throwing at them, they are a better side than what they're showing at the moment. They really are.
So what would the coaching staff of Currumbin, what sort of messages would they be getting out there? It's just is it just the simple things? They just got to make tackles and try to get themselves back into the grind of the game.
They have to, and like you say, if you have a look at the Burleigh pack, you know you got no choice but to take them on. You've got to take them on and hopefully break square a little bit under and give your outside the Kenny Allisons a chance with the ball to score some points. But you know at the moment they really look uninterested. You know, which is a horrible thing to say, but you know, take Pelé out of that side. His work rate early has been excellent. So yeah, simplify things. I suppose the answer: simplify, get your sets, and let's see what happens. But I don't understand either. I think when you're struggling, I think you got no option but to kick long.
Yep.
You know, midfield bombs and all that. I respect Gundry as a coach without question. I respect him as a footballer and a person. But you know what I mean? Who am I to give tactics away? But I know I'd be kicking the ball long.
Egan. Oh, it hits the left upright there. So a little shake of the head.
Didn't that bounce over? I thought that might have bounced over, no?
You do need to go to Specsavers, mate. So 16-0 on the scoreboard. Burleigh Bears in real control of this one early on.
And look at the Currumbin side. There's no...
Flat. Feels really flat out there, doesn't it?
Boys, we're 15 minutes into a game of rugby league here.
Yeah, plenty of time on the clock. Anything can happen in a game of footy. No doubt about that. So
But Scotty, I think, mate, 20 minutes in, we're looking at they probably need to score next.
Yeah, they do. I think, geez, if Burleigh got another one on them next to score, that's when your head really does start to drop. And you're right, the way that they're scoring up against the clock at the moment as well, it's...
There you go, here's their chance.
Right, so we've called for it. So this is really the first time that Currumbin have even been this far down the end of the field to even be a chance of knocking anything over. So
here we go. You turn around and say what we say. At worst, let's get a repeat set here. We can't get points. Let's get a repeat set. Let's have a couple of cracks at them. See what they got. They haven't had, as you said, they haven't had to defend their line. It's all right with ball in hand and you're making meters. Let's man up the fence and see what we got.
So first error in the game for Burleigh as well.
He's had a strong start, Ben Valeri, and then finishes up dropping the pill.
So Currumbin, Ramage feeds the scrum. They come out to Mortimer. He gives it to Walker. Walker comes off the left foot. Still going Walker. They show him the sideline. Still working in the tackle. Does well to stay in the field of play. Mortimer goes short. Moncton's out on the field now for Currumbin. So maybe a couple of substitutions starting to work their way onto the field. Mortimer plays out the back. It's Mike Gray with the football. They come back in towards the centre of the field. Gillam. So just taking it pretty steady at the moment here. Currumbin, Palatalisi, good contact. Coming into the line. Big tackle.
Clash of the big man.
Yeah. Great shot there. Now Gray does the same, still pumping the legs. Gray, look at all the bodies around him. He's still fighting to try and get it down. The legs, they're flailing, they're kicking around. He's trying to get back over. They turtled him up nicely there. But took about 4 of them to stop the big man.
They got him over the line, and I'm guessing 5th tackle.
Yeah, so it was held up in the in-goal area. And Stuart Mason.
Yeah.
Yep, last tackle is the call. Oh, no, they've missed an assignment here. Oh, it's still on the ground. Mortimer trying to reach in, but... Now,
they're coach killers.
Yep.
You know, you talk about enthusiasm and want. That's horrible.
Yeah,
you know, who wanted the ball then, Scott? You know what I mean? It had redback spiders on it.
Yeah, someone had to put their hand up and take control in that situation, but the pass, I'm just not too sure who it was intended towards. And that occasionally goes behind everybody and they turn it over. So, yeah, not great from Currumbin. Egan plays early out the back to Burkers, but that's a nice tackle on Burkers on that occasion. Surely they know now when it's coming out to the left-hand side, it's alarm bells.
Early kick.
Doesn't get too much.
Oh my God.
Mortimer. No, it's gone into the hands of Burkers. He sends it out. And they've gone over the sideline here, so I think they'll come back. No advantage, although they did progress down the field.
Oh, I don't think any advantage. Oh, no, it is Currumbin speed. There is an advantage. But what a horrible little play of football that was.
Yeah, it was interesting because the kick off the foot didn't look like there was too much. It didn't get a whole lot of behind it. It kind of just went up. And then Mortimer just swung around the back to try to catch it. I think he was trying to inject himself into the game and just got away from him, bounced away, and then he went to try to recover. Then all of a sudden it was in the hands of Burkers. So
26 footballers, I think 21 of them made mistakes in that 7-second period.
So, yeah, getting a little bit ugly, unfortunately. And look at the pressure on Currumbin here, trying to get out of their end of the field. So they're shaped to come back out towards their left-hand side. They do. So they roll now. Ramage turns Mason back on the inside. And there was a little bit going on in the roll ball here, and a sloppy roll ball as a result.
You know what? Could have went either way. The arm could have went up.
Yeah, it was a slow roll ball, and it looked like there might have been a little bit extra attention in there for Stuart Mason.
We've certainly seen penalties for similar tackles. But, you know, when you're off, and nothing seems to go your way.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? It's really hard when everything's going your way and you've got momentum. You get the rub of the green, and some days doesn't matter what you do, you just can't get yourself back into the footy match, can you?
No. And as you say, there's that much time. 16-0 is certainly not unsurmountable, but Currumbin just look like they've got nothing at the moment.
So again, there it is. They go left straight away. I think that's come off the hands of Allison. Yeah. So probably needed to, because they shifted it out to that left-hand side again, and I think that's probably what the concerning part is, that just from a scrum play, they should be manned up there, and they still managed to create an overlap really easily straight away from the scrum.
And it's pretty basic football. You look up and count. You know, it's man on man, isn't it? Mm. So you're exactly right. How you find an overlap from a scrum is unforgivable.
So they went left straight away from the last scrum. Let's see if they come right straight away from this one. And again, yeah, they're happy to throw the football around. Muir taking the tackle. So that's Zapanski on the field. We're in the 16 for Burleigh now. Taking that last hit up, Egan goes back on the inside to Vellini.
Stepanowski, his second game in A grade this week, out of the 20s.
Egan goes short this time and called forward.
Here we go.
So couple of little errors, well, 2 forward passes anyway, and that we've seen, and Egan just faking to go out the back.
I was about to say, what a beautiful ball, he fooled me, but it's gone forward, so we can't wrap the pass.
No. So another forward pass.
But Matty Egan's probably showing why he's been selected in the South East Queensland side today. He's steering the side around the paddock beautifully today.
Bit of under-20s experience from him. I think he was with the Melbourne Storm for a bit.
Yeah, Melbourne Storm for sure. He had a full season with them. The Sunshine Coast.
So Currumbin
comes from a very sporting family, big on the touch football, the family.
Yeah, I know the Egan family quite a bit. I got a bit of a touch football background myself, so watched him come through the junior ranks in touch footy. His sister's a really good touch football players, doing a bit of rugby sevens. And his parents, I think, are both former Australian touch football players themselves. So
sure.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree in the Egan family. It's Currumbin. Again, they're doing the hard yards here. Look at Burleigh. Offensive line coming up to meet them. Just over the 40 now. It's the 5th tackle.
You know, we're 25 minutes into the game, and Scotty, we've had to look left twice during the course of the game. It's, as you said earlier, it's just been all played up Currumbin's end.
Now that was a better kick there from Ramage.
Far better kick.
Off the left foot and found some space, so perfect. Now they've just got to switch the dial here, get into defence and keep Burleigh down this end of the field, don't they?
Try and find an error.
So they're coming up out of the line.
Look at this out wide here.
Oh, there's plenty of space out here, and they've managed to get on the outside of them. They're streaming down the sideline. Collars and throws into the sideline there. So they did well to recover in the end. Josh Walker making the tackle there, but again, the early ball and just space available to them, isn't it?
Well, they cramped up and Burleigh spotted and they got out here, but clearly a match race. I think Walker's got Hanari's measured through pace, so he's got a fair bit of speed about him, Josh Walker. I thought Hanari had gone.
He was right on the outside of him, so just a little bit too close to the sideline. Look like he's hobbling a little bit, Josh Walker as well after that effort, so he's still on his feet. He won't head over to the sidelines. He's definitely got a bit of a hobble on. So Mortimer will feed
He's just made a try-saving tackle. He should be doing star jumps. I don't know about hobbling.
Poor fella. Hope he's not cramping already.
Let's hope not.
So they go back into the middle of the field. Liam Thompson.
That's the Pom, or I said the Englishman, I apologise.
Yes.
From Oldham.
A solid lump of a lad.
Loving the weather.
Absolutely. sweating bullets out there. I mean, sweating bullets in the interchange box.
I sure I've seen him putting suntan lotion on pre-game.
Oh, mate, he was swimming in it.
Here we go, the penalty they needed. Not a better chance in the game, Currumbin. Do something with the ball, boys.
Yeah, so down by 16. There's 12 minutes left on the clock in the first half here. It's Mason. They get him on his back in that last tackle. Mortimer plays out the back, but Ramage. Yeah, it just wasn't quite the pass that he needed there. Ramage needed on the chest.
They're trying. The execution is about 5 or 10% off, and they're paying the penalty for it. You know, they get themselves an opportunity. They've had 2 or 3 opportunities now, none better than that one there. And, that was on out the right side.
Yep.
And just couldn't hang on to the ball. You know, 16-0, they put a try on, 16-6. We got game on. You know, all we've done is sit here is knock Currumbin and wrap Burleigh up. They get a 4-pointer. The game's well and truly on.
It's amazing what you can get out of just a try, can't it? The momentum and the shift and the swing of momentum that you can get from a try is quite fantastic. It's amazing to see sometimes, and with 11 minutes left on the clock, yeah, if they can hold out and get that try going into the halftime break, although it's been completely all Burleigh in this half, there's still another 40 minutes to go, and anything can happen in that second half.
Half-time's a remarkable time in rugby league.
Oh, yeah, that was forward from where we were in the referee. So there's a couple of errors starting to creep into the Burleigh Bears side. And just as we're saying, they're leaving the door ajar here for Currumbin a little bit.
Absolutely. They'd be disappointed with themselves. But, Currumbin need to take advantage of their good fortune, or, if for want of a better word. And I might add, no Specsavers here. That was definitely forward.
Absolutely
without question. I thought that was an NFL pass. I thought that was...
Yep. You can cancel our Specsavers subscription. We're not needed anymore. We saw that on clear as day.
I just need to start seeing the light now, and I'll be right.
So Currumbin with Bailey Gill. Go down that right-hand side. Mike Gray.
Bailey Gill needs to inject himself more. He is an attacking weapon.
So Ramage plays short to Gillam.
Gillam tries hard.
Gets up, plays the ball. They come left-hand side. Mortimer goes short. And Moncton taking the tackle. Go to Mortimer again. He goes to Gillam. So a couple of touches in this set here for Gillam, but it's 5th now for Currumbin.
Get your repeat, Scotty. Get your repeat set now. Just punch it in goal and get great kick. Great kick. There you go. Good football.
Good result there for Currumbin. A little bit of a juggle from Mortimer coming into the line, but he summed it up nicely. Nice little grubber on the toe. And just got away from Tane at the back there.
Mistake-free, punch it in. We got 9 minutes, and do the same thing again. We can't get over the line. Let's have another crack. No, that was a good set. Good work, Currumbin.
Yeah, so first repeat set for Currumbin Eagles team in this match.
They just seem to me not to be playing what's in front of them. Clearly they've got a set plan, set plays that they're going through, but you're still able to look up and play the rugby league game what's in front of you, and they don't seem to be doing that, Currumbin, at the moment.
Probably been the difference between the two sides, isn't it? Burleigh on the flip side, they're happy to throw the ball around because they can see space. Like we saw, they went over the sideline not too long ago, but they saw the space and they chose to take it.
Yeah, for sure, Scott.
So Currumbin, let's see how they go here.
And there's your penalty. That's it all takes a soul. Look at this.
Mortimer goes quick tap. So there's a bit of spark in the Eagles now. This is exactly what they need. They head back out towards the right-hand side. Gill turns it back underneath. So Mortimer's really injecting himself into the game now. He's got the ball again. Gives it back to Mason. Mason dishes it as well. Only a couple of metres from the line here now, Currumbin. Dark turns it back on the inside. Nice defence there from Burleigh. They're entering the calls so far in this set. Out the back to Mortimer. He comes off the left foot. Sends it out to the right-hand side, Ramage. Can't get on the outside of Burkers.
Not only can he get the ball, he can tackle as well, Scotty.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the kick.
That's a try.
Oh, well.
That's a try, Scotty.
Can you believe it? I was just about to say that wasn't the kick that Mortimer would have been looking for. It just dribbled off his boot. There must have been a deflection there at the same time.
Well, luck favours the brave.
And the Currumbin players, right spot, right time, and they finally get on the board. And they are back in this match.
Without question. He kicks this 16-6, 7 minutes to go, and game on. Well, Burleigh opened the door, shut the door. They opened the door and shut the door and opened the door, and Currumbin walked through.
Yeah, amazing little turn.
The 11, was it? Scored the try?
Yeah, it looked like it. So Mike Gray out on that right-hand side. So, yeah, just a few errors and a couple of penalties that have let the Currumbin side back into the match. And it doesn't really matter how good you're going when you defend your line repeatedly like that. So at some stage, it's going to crack, you'd think.
Scotty, a great game is very simple, and they simplified it, got back to the basics, and up she bobbed with a try. Albeit on a bit of luck, but they made their own luck, and good on them. 16-6 and game on.
Yeah, so about 6 minutes left in this first half. Still plenty of time to get another one on the board, actually. Imagine if they go in 16-10 or 16-12 at half-time.
Sadly, we haven't got access to scores around the ground. I think everyone's playing at 2 o'clock today.
Yep.
But apparently, I don't know, was there something about the junior draw, Scotty? I don't know.
I'm not too sure about the junior draw. Oh, it's come off the post.
Oh, no.
Oh, so Phil Ramage. Oh, it's come off the post, unfortunately. So the conversion attempt unsuccessful. 16-4 still on the scoreboard here. What a good response from Currumbin.
I know being 16-4, but you'd like to think, you need to kick those two, and it hits the post, and 16-6 a heck of a lot better than 16-4, isn't it?
Yeah, he can still deflate you a little bit, doesn't he? Like, that's...
But, mate, we've got an interesting last 5 minutes on. Let's see what we got.
So they kick off, and Gill dishes back on to the inside. Dark, he goes out to the right-hand side. Good defence there from the Bears. Driving the Eagles back. Mason again.
Mason's got to involve himself a bit more, mate, eh?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it gives him plenty of minutes. He's played the whole first half for a big man like
Look
that.
at this out here. She was on out here.
Again, that's that eyes-up football that we were talking about before. Whether you're ready to risk it. They come down the short side again with Mortimer. He takes the tackle. So right on the halfway line. 5th tackle here. They'll go to Ramage. He dishes to Gill. Gill sends it up. And it's a little bit of no man's land here. The Eagles, they managed to get it back and bat it on the inside. Oh,
what have we got? The 10?
Inside the 10 must be the call.
Yeah, bit unlucky.
Players offside. So that can happen sometimes when you send that ball up. Doesn't really get too much purchase on it. And might have been players that were in front when the kick was taken on that occasion. So,
but it was a good kick. He had them all filled, and Ari wasn't sure where it was or who it was. It's just unfortunately they were a yard offside, the whole lot of them. But you know what? At least they're trying things, Scotty, which is good to see. And Mortimer's got to get himself a little bit more involved. He's the experienced man. He's been there. He's done that. He's got to be the general. He's got to steer him around the paddock a bit better.
So Noema takes the tackle here. Interesting to see that Phil Ramage has moved back to fullback in this set defensively. So it'll be interesting to see if he's defending at fullback and playing at halfback still, or it might be a swap with Bailey Gill. So we'll keep an eye out there.
What's he done with Bailey? Bailey's at 5'8".
Could do. Might have been a little positional swap in the halves. So the Bears. Sheldon taking it forward into the field wearing the 17 for Burleigh.
On
Egan.
Lockie Sheldon.
Oh, they go short again here. Noema still fighting in the tackle. Well, gets it down. It looked like they had him covered in the tackle, but again, it's just the leg drive of Noema coming into the line. Fairly similar to his first try. That's his second one in this match, and he just doesn't give up on the play.
And sadly, they've done the hard yards, got over the line, and just let him off the hook. You're right. Good on Ape for that, but You know what I mean? He had 3 or 4 blokes on him, and they were entitled to stop him. But you know, they did the hard yard. They earned their try, and then you know, in the matter of a minute, they'd give the try straight back.
Yeah, really disappointing. Unfortunately, now the scoreboard going into the halftime break doesn't look so favourable for Currumbin. It's 24 on the scoreboard now.
Well, it makes it hard, and I know at times breeze is an unbelievable factor here at Busy Park, but there's certainly none around today. So yeah, there's going to be no clear advantaged end. But you know, half-time's a long time in rugby league. They come in there and let's see what comes out in the second half. But they certainly, Scott, they certainly need to come out and score first, and just lift their intensity another 5 or 10%. You know, just show everybody they want to be out there, because at times they look so flat.
So Egan taking the conversion attempt. He's had a few shots in fairly similar position so far throughout the first half.
Last one hitting the post, of course, Scotty.
Yeah, so let's see if he corrects this one. The sun starts to shine through again here at Busy Park.
Over she goes.
Straight over, so conversion attempt successful there from Matthew Egan. 22-4 on the scoreboard now. We're under a minute and a half left now in this first half. So Currumbin, they'll just be looking to hold out now until the halftime break. It'll be interesting to see if Burleigh look to go on the attack straight away here and throw the football around.
22-4, they'll just kill the ball, I think. Just look at get the halftime themselves.
So taken and steaming onto the ball. That from the kickoff.
Lockie Sheldon, the debutant.
So Stratton, nice run there from Brett Stratton.
And Burleigh's used the whole bench, Scott.
Yeah, so plenty of fresh legs out there, keeping the tempo up at the same time when they're bringing the changes on. 30 seconds left on the clock to the halftime break, and they've given them penalty away for stripping. So
it's not smart footy, Scotty, is it?
Yeah, it's not, mate. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot here. There's still time. A decent kick here, and that's exactly what they get. 15 seconds left on the clock.
Mate, they'll have a crack now. I thought they'd put it to bed, but they'll have a crack here.
So Burkers taps, gives it to Scott. Egan, he goes short again. He's really stretching the line with some of those short passes, Egan, but they've spilt the ball, the Bears, and Gillam will go down with the football. But as the halftime hooter sounds in the background, it's all Burleigh Bears in this match. We go to the halftime break with the Burleigh Bears leading 22-4 over Currumbin, and it's all to do for Currumbin in the second half to get themselves back in this match. Welcome back to Pizzey Park. The second half is not too far away from getting back underway here. It is the home side, the Burleigh Bears. They're in real control of this one. 22-4 is the scoreboard. Let's have a bit of a chat at halftime there, Mick, about what Currumbin need to do to get themselves back into this match. But they've just got to play simple footy, make their tackles, get back into the grind, but just a little bit more intensity and show that they really want to play here in the second half.
Well, Scott, pretty much I was like a kid at Christmas. I was that excited. And at the moment, I've opened my present and I don't like it.
Coal in the stocking.
How dare I say it, I don't like the present. You should be appreciative of everything, and as I am. But at the moment, very disappointed. Expected so much from this game of rugby league, and I tell you what, it's given us very little. Let's hope the Currumbin effort rises a little bit. I don't know, were they starstruck? Were they a bit stunned? I'm not sure what it was, but they're certainly a better side than what they showed in that first half.
Yeah, it's quite funny, you know, you always build up, you made mention at the first half, you build up when you play against these big teams. Sometimes you really get yourself into the match and sometimes it can just completely fall away from you. It might be a little bit of that nervous energy spent during the week, you know, you're thinking about the game all the time and everything like that, you bring it out to the field. And like we saw, Burleigh scored on their first handle with the football, I think it was off the kickoff, so that can really just break you straight away, can't it? Yeah,
take the wind out of your sails for sure, but, you know, sides do, they certainly lift, that's a fact, they certainly lift against Burleigh. So Currumbin, you certainly need to lift this half, and fingers crossed you do.
So it's the Bears who get us underway here in the second half. Bouncing ball picked up from Donnelly. He takes the tackle.
Their outside backs are saying no ball, Currumbin's.
Here we go.
There we go, the early penalty. So momentum straight away Currumbin's way.
Yeah, so they'd be disappointed with that, like tackle one and giving a strip penalty away. As the football comes over towards us here.
Hanari Wells hasn't gone back out for Burleigh, a winger, which is strange.
So might be a little bit of an injury concern, you think there, or might be some...
No, I'm guessing injury, but you wouldn't replace a winger at half-time, I wouldn't think.
So Donnelly, he rolls the ball. Mortimer, this is nice running into the line here from Currumbin. Nice quick roll ball as well. Mason comes off the right foot, still pumping the legs.
And that's better from Mason. Good yards. Good yards, Mason. Stewie.
So they come back out. Mortimer, Gill. Spun around a couple of times on the dance floor there, Bailey Gill.
They would have been proud of him at the Burleigh Hotel Friday night. They played some good nights.
Beautiful ball from Mortimer. This is good. Sums it up nicely on the outside, and Lockie Smith finishes it off. Beautiful set play there from Currumbin. So, no doubt the instructions coming out of the coaching staff there from Currumbin. Perfect start. That's exactly what they would have wanted to start. But that was a beautiful little short ball, and they summed it up nicely out on the right-hand side as well. Opening try in the second half to Currumbin.
Scotty, I look around the commentary box. Clearly, there's a bug in here. Ryan Guthrie has heard every word we've said, and they've gone out there and done the job. Well done, Currumbin. Now we have got a game on. Or we should have a game on. That was well done. That was very good footy.
Yeah, it looks like Jake Gleeson in the 21 might be into the halves as well. So they've changed it up a few times in the first half. We saw Ramage start at half-back. He then moved into full-back. Gill came up, but now it's the 21, Jake Gleeson might be playing in the half. He's a big body as well. So at least they're not dying wondering here. They're looking to make some changes on the run to try to get themselves back into the game, and they've done it perfectly.
Yeah, early points both halves. It's great. Mate, I didn't expect that, and it's great to see. It's good to see. They put themselves right in the game.
So Ramage right here on the right-hand sideline. Hit the post on his last conversion. It's a fairly difficult last kick for him as well. This one's probably a little bit tougher for him.
Well, he puts it over, puts him within 12. 2 converted tries. Important kick.
Can he curl it around? He does it beautifully.
Second on the point scorers, that's added to it. Great kick.
Yeah,
Phil,
struck it nicely, but the curve coming in, Thurston-esque from Phil Ramage there. So great work and a really good start. 22-12 on the scoreboard. And that really, it does. It gets them back into the match. When you look at the scoreboard and how much time on the clock is left in the second half, they'll get plenty out of it.
On, Scotty. Don't worry about that. And he's mixed positionally. He's mixed his side up. I'm not real sure who's who, where's where. with Currumbin, so maybe Burleigh are also confused.
Well, that'll keep them guessing defensively, won't they? They're going to have different bodies running at them all the time. So
here we go, another silly penalty.
Yeah, so
mate, this is deja vu the other way around.
Absolutely, you're spot on. You're 100% spot on. First touch of the football in the first half, Burleigh score. First touch for Currumbin, they score on that occasion.
Early penalties, silly football, Burleigh.
Yep.
Coach killers.
Oh, she's two halves of footy. But now, Gleeson, I don't know if he's playing halfback anymore. You don't see too many halfbacks taking hit-offs like that. First tackle. So, get out in front of Mortimer. Did well to hang on to the ball. Ramage. Now they're looking to shift the football a little bit here, the Currumbin side. They head right out to the left-hand side of the field.
Certainly sparked a lot. They certainly have.
Mason. Again, whenever he's got the football, they get plenty of numbers in. Try and stop. And another penalty here to Currumbin. Yeah, the referee's going to call time off here.
No, he's going to have a yarn on for sure. The next one's a sin bin, I'd reckon.
Yes, they're calling the captains out. Yeah, 3 back-to-back penalties from the Burleigh Bears. And
it's nothing short of dumb football from Burleigh. You know, Matty Foster, he'd be ropeable.
So they take the tap. And really good attacking position again here. Currumbin. Mortimer comes out the back. Gill goes short to Donnelly.
The Englishman.
Donnelly rolls. They come down the short side again. Ramage goes short. Oh, big tackle made on Mike Gray.
He thought about putting it out too.
Yeah, but they're asking questions again. Gill. Liam Thompson. Rolling it out. Mortimer again has a little bobble. Goes short.
One more pass that was on out there. It was on that left side.
Yeah, do they go that way again? Mason, Ramage. He puts it on the toe, but
it's a bad option.
Yeah, couldn't get much purchase. Do you think they should have just gone through the hands on that occasion?
Went through the hands. I still think they had a 3-on-2. He's put the kick through, they swallowed it up. But good pressure. They're playing good footy, Currumbin.
So Bears now coming out of their end of the field.
You're making them earn yards, Currumbin. The fence is sparked up as well, as you would expect.
So a good run from Matt Robinson. Yeah, Ramage has moved back into fullback. So it's fifth.
That's your 5th tackle?
Yeah, 5th tackle. They're shy of the halfway line.
They're hard yards.
So Egan kicks it on
down
the
his throat.
Yeah, straight down the throat of Phil Ramage.
But good chase.
Yeah, Ramage linking up with Walker just for a quick second. Thought he might have tried to go on the outside, does the right thing, comes back infield.
The speedy Walker.
Yeah, keep an eye out for him though. Again, he's still looking a little bit ginger at the moment. Oh, Joshy Walker. He gets back out to the left-hand side of the field now. So Currumbin, they go down that left-hand side again. Mortimer's really come into life in the second half. Nice pick up early there from Curtis Dark.
Another
and
penalty.
He was sniffing around for the penalty. And
that was smart football. He caught him napping and got the just rewards.
Yeah, perfect. So
that's 4 or 5 in a row. That's unforgivable, whoever you are. And here we go.
Yeah, she's really on now. This has really sparked us back into life. All these back-to-back penalties.
And I'm guessing shortly, this set, next set, they've got to convert them to points. You just can't keep getting the position they're getting and not convert it.
So Liam Thompson takes the tackle. Let's see if they come right. They go left. Mortimer again. Plenty of touches. Gives early ball this time to Willits. Willits comes back infield.
They persist with that left side, Currumbin. Brick wall defence out there.
Gill.
Have a go, Burleigh.
Yeah, he's dancing around.
Have a go, Burleigh.
Still going, turns it back in to Willits. They're just crabbing across the field at the moment, but the Burleigh wall isn't unfazed.
That's good defence.
Yeah, they held nicely, but they come right again. Mortimer comes off the right foot. Looks to link back on the inside. Dark still dancing around. Last tackle now for Currumbin. Ramage gets it on the boot. Oh, it almost falls into the hands there of Josh Walker.
Mate, I think they've got a repeat set here. Oh, no, Burleigh, they've knocked on first.
Oh, it just almost just fell into his arms.
It was an interesting kick,
It
wasn't it?
It looked like a bit of a nothing kick, to be honest. Just kind of came off the outside edge of the foot there.
Well, you see the Michael Morgan kick in the NRL 2 weeks ago, and he's come off the field and said, "Oh, we practiced that at training. We played that like they practice that as much as I do." And what a similar kick that was.
So yeah,
and that was an inch away from coming off. Would have been outstanding.
So geez, they're asking some questions in this second half here, Currumbin.
And unfortunately, they've touched it first. It's a Burleigh feed, yeah. A little bit of pressure off for the time being.
So they've got to turn the screws here defensively. Currumbin keep Burleigh down this end of the field. And they're really winning the field possession battle so far in this second half. Burleigh coming down the left-hand side again. Burkers, if there's a man that you want to get the football to get some extra metres, you'd send it out to Josh Burkers.
That's for sure.
Nice run.
Jordan Scott.
Yeah, from Jordan Scott. Gets the short ball from Egan. So gets him over the halfway line. Nice simple play there to pick up a few extra metres from Burleigh.
And they're better metres.
So on right hand side again. Noema. Fifth tackle.
What's the kick now?
Tiola sends it up. It's a wobbly old one again. Oh, the boy. Wow, that's a fantastic catch there. Lockie Smith. It looked like he left to catch that last week. He got up nice and early.
That was outstanding.
Beautiful catch. So great work from Currumbin.
Fearless.
Josh Walker gets him going forward.
We haven't seen him in open space either, but I'm led to believe Lockie Smith, he's got a bit of tail about him as well.
Oh yeah, plenty of speed on the outside flanks. On both sides of the field, Mortimer. There we go, comes off the left foot there, Ben Willits. He's working himself into this match. Well, there's a little bobble there in the ruck. Yeah, it's been picked up from the referees as well. We can see it from here.
They're important. They're no-nos. You do the hard yards and just lapse of concentration momentarily and you lose the ball.
Yeah, disappointing there from Ben Willits. Just takes the, releases the old pressure valve a little bit for Burleigh.
The way the game's going, and I know with only 10 minutes in, we've got 30 to go, but Currumbin, I really believe Currumbin need to score next. They've had a weighted possession the first 2 minutes of this second half. I think if Burleigh were to score next, it'd go a long way to breaking their backs, I think. So we've got an interesting set here. They have to man up Currumbin.
Oh, out in front, did well to reel that one back in. Off the scrum. So they're set out here on the left-hand side. Egan.
Burgers.
Yeah, Burgers. He breaks the first tackle just about every time, doesn't he?
Mate, and you know what? I believe he's a better defensive centre than he is attack. He's pretty handy with the ball, isn't he, Scott?
Absolutely. It's been fantastic for the Burleigh side so far throughout the match. Stratton.
Good strong run. Good strong defence.
Slow roll ball. Egan tries to take the line on himself. Can't get away from the Currumbin defenders.
We're trapped without a kicker. Where are we going?
Yeah, slow roll ball. Bailey Gill getting in there. No, it's come off the
Look
footwork.
Look at this. Look at the big fella.
Get down. Oh, did he manage to reel that in now? The referee.
There we go. There's a penalty holding back. Yeah. So it's falling Currumbin's way.
The old Jake Gleeson did good to get the stick the old boot out there, but it comes back for the penalty anyway. So someone taking off the ball.
You got the motor going too. He went 0 to 100 in not too many seconds.
Oh,
that's a great kick.
Great kick.
That's a great kick.
Yeah, went for the distance rather than just hooking it straight over, and it just got over the sideline there. But look at the position on the field here that Currumbin are going to be after that kick. Great
that's
work.
Unbelievable.
So they tap it on the 20 here, and they're straight back onto the attack. The Currumbin side, Liam Donnelly taking the tackle.
They need to convert Currumbin.
Gill. Dark in the half. Burleigh players in the ruck. Dark just goes himself. Can he stretch out? Egan over the top. Make the tackle. Bailey Gills into half himself now. Send it back into the centre of the field. Gleeson Takes the tackle. Oh, throws a nice offload out the back to Mason. Oh, they did well to get numbers there in the end. The Burleigh Bears, they camp right on their try line. It's a little bit clunky here at the moment. What's happening out there?
Yeah. You just can't lay there. That should be a penalty. I don't know what you do. I don't know whether you go underground, but you just can't lay there.
But Currumbin, they go the quick tap. They get us back underway. They did well out there. They almost looked like they were short on their right-hand side, Burleigh. They send it back infield. Mortimer goes short to Liam Thompson. Gill. Oh, they go the early kick here. They send it out. It's been taken from Lockie Smith. Still going, Lockie Smith. Oh, he looks to throw it on the inside. It's gone forward. Oh, wow.
You know what? I think he might have been out anyway, but regardless of whatever, they're trying stuff, but gee whiz, they're close, but not close enough.
Yeah, good enterprising play.
Good enterprising play.
Yeah.
Real good to see and probably deserve points.
They're not going to die wondering, that's for sure. So early in the tackle count there.
You know, I was very harsh and very, harsh in the first half, but gee whiz, they're a different side this second half, Scott.
Yeah, it's amazing what the halftime break can do sometimes, can't it? They must have had good oranges in there, in the sheds.
Yeah, mate, they're having a crack, and mate, I know nothing become of it, but that was great footy.
And it just puts a little bit of doubt in the Burleigh team's mind now that they're going to start throwing all these different plays, so they're not going to know what's going to come at them every time they're down this end of the field. So good work from Currumbin, but they just can't get the points at the moment. Still plenty of time left on the clock. There's 25 minutes left in this second half. The Burleigh Bears, they're still holding on to the lead. At the moment, 22-10 on the scoreboard. It's a nice run.
And nice defence. That was a good hit.
Yeah, you can hear it from here. Also a run from half as well, Jordan Scott. Mason over the top.
He's got Jordan Scott, the Sattler bloodlines.
Egan, still going, Egan. He's still going, Matt Egan. He's works back into the middle of the field, turns back on the inside. He's still going as well. This is good work here. They send it out. Didn't really want much of that there. Perry takes the tackle.
Perry on debut.
So the danger man, Egan and Tane working together. Egan again sends it up. Oh, Smith jumping up in the air. Oh, gets a little ankle tap there. Probably lucky that they did.
Absolutely lucky they did.
Yeah, 6 more touches here to Burleigh. The alarm bells are ringing now for Currumbin.
The alarm bells are screaming.
They've got to scramble here and try to hold out if they can. They go short. Sheldon still on his feet. They come out. Egan again. What option does he go? Holloway takes the tackle. Still tackles in the bank here for Burleigh. Little dummy and it go from Jordan Scott.
Fifth tackle.
Yeah, Currumbin, they're doing well so far to hold out.
Must be fourth tackle.
Egan, bit of a looping pass.
Yeah, horrible ball from Damiar.
Back on the inside, good tackle made
Robinson.
there. Yeah, on Robinson. So fifth is the call now. Egan puts it on the toe. And again, it's Gleeson. Well
done, Gleeson. God, strike me, he's involved himself. Is he the halfback or is he not, Scott?
I don't know. He's everywhere. He's the halfback, he's the front rower, he's everywhere. Jake Gleeson, 2 big plays in the last few minutes.
And he's coming off. He's earned himself a breather.
He's probably just put his own hand up there and said, that's me, boys.
Well, we know it's easy now. He's on the bench. We know exactly where he's playing.
Yeah, well, hopefully he gets some water and a bit of oxygen in because he really has sparked the Currumbin side, so hopefully he can get himself back out onto the field.
What? And you know what he did? He did it with sheer effort. That's all he did. It was remarkable passage of football.
So they're doing well in this set here too, the Currumbin team. All coming off the back of Gleeson, getting the ball back for them. Mortimer comes off the right foot, gets it around the outside. Have they created numbers here, Currumbin? Oh, beautiful footwork, and a dive from Josh Walker in the corner. Well, can you believe it? But put that back down to Jack Gleeson from getting the ball, but the way that they transition all the way up to the other end of the field. But Mortimer saw space down that left-hand side, came off the right foot. They created the overlap, but it was a great finish in the end from Josh Walker. Great work from Currumbin.
And I dare say Channel 7 are on the phone now, Josh Walker, Dancing with the Stars. With moves like that, he will get a start on Dancing with the Stars without question.
Outstanding, and a good finish as well. So to come off the right foot and then flirt with the sideline down there to score that try. Great work from the Currumbin Eagles. And it is game back on for sure. It's 22-14 with the kick to come here, but it's been all Currumbin in the second half.
Mate, it's been a tale of two halves, and you know it's an amazing game. You know what, Scott? You can't get beat if you get the ball in rugby league. And the first half, Burleigh had it all half, and the second half, Currumbin's had it the whole time. But mind you, in saying that, they needed to get points on the board, and eventually they have. We've got 21 minutes to go, and certainly game on. I think down this other end, and Burleigh come within inches of scoring down this end, I think they put the game to bed. I truly do. As it's turned out, a minute later, you know, we've seen Fred Astaire score in the corner over here, and we got the game on.
Usher for anyone under the age of, what, 50, 60?
Who should I have said?
Mate, I'm probably even too old now. I think probably the kids at home will be going, Usher, what are you talking about? Who's that? But yeah.
Well, the people that know me, and I'm not sure how many of them will be listening, but they all know I'm a fairly handy dancer on a Friday night at the Burleigh Hotel. So
there you go. Get down here on a Friday night. See Big Mick out on the D floor. So big kick again. He hasn't had any easy kicks. Phil Ramage. He'd be hoping some of the boys get some of the points under the sticks for him. But he's right on the sideline. Can he curl it around? Just dips away. So you can't blame him for not getting that one over. 22-14 the score remains here. This is the QTOP match of the round. The A-grade competition here for the Rugby League Gold Coast, brought to you through Bar TV.
See, the importance of a kicker, the importance of conversions, aren't they? You know, that you missed 22-18, 22-14, they're completely different score lines, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
But mind you, they put themselves in the game in an interesting 5 or 10 minutes in the next lot. And Scott, in fairness, there's no one you thought Fred Astaire would have got a run around today, and that's called a rugby league. What a lucky man he is.
Good old Fred Astaire. Here we go. Burleigh back underway from the kick-off. And coming in off the back fence. Nice work. The first hit up, but they recover nicely, Burleigh. And driving them backwards. Mason again. Has he had a spell in this match? Gets the offload as well, but puts the support players under a little bit of pressure now. Has the ball spill out the back there? Yeah, it has actually, and it's Burleigh who have recovered. So, big Stewie Mason there on that occasion looking for the offload. Couldn't connect, and they've actually turned the ball over.
Without being too critical, you're trying too hard. You're in a position where you've got to put the effort in, and that mistake was made through effort. So you know, not ideal, but forgivable.
So Burleigh, can they make them pay? Percy gets the roll ball, really close to the try line.
Out here.
Yeah, Egan again. Tane takes the tackle.
That's your standing defence, Currumbin. They were outnumbered left side there.
So Egan, Bellini. Fifth tackle now. So can Currumbin hold out? They go out the back to Egan again, puts it on the toe. Now there's a 6 to go it is, so more pressure here on Currumbin.
And that's a little bit of luck there, Wade.
Yeah, it was there for him to take, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
It wasn't the greatest kick from Egan, but sometimes again that's just that rub of the green.
I just thinking Burleigh's attack's fallen flat, but you know what? That's what happens when you defend for 20 minutes.
Now they're really close to the line here.
Jeez, I thought he was having a good look then, the ref. Still on out here.
Yeah, Burkers, they give early ball. Nice tackle around the legs from Mike Gray. They come back in the middle. Tane dishes off. Holloway takes the tackle again. Currumbin doing a good job defensively so far. Again, they continue to hold out. Egan, there's space in front of him, puts it on the toe. Picked up off the back there, still trying to get out. That looks like Fred Astaire. But they get numbers in the tackle. Josh Walker does the clean-up work out the back. Good option on that occasion.
Yeah,
There was space there.
You know what I mean? It's old school, but it's fundamental football, and I love it. You know what I mean? It's so easy. You know what I mean? We're not going to get over, bang it in goal, defend, and let's get another crack at them. And I'll tell you now, if you don't do it, you do it again, and you do it again, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to score a try. Without question, you're going to score a try. And it's pretty simple football, but clearly easier said than done.
And that's really all that Burleigh need to do when they've got the lead of what they do. Oh, beautiful drop out.
Great drop out.
Yeah, 55.
Is there wind here? I didn't think there was any.
So just got a whole heave of that.
Hurricane Harry just picked up.
Now the roll ball here. Oh, which way?
There we go, the worm turns.
Yeah, Currumbin players in there slowing that one down. So
yeah, they got to play smart, Currumbin. They can't be giving penalties away because Burleigh will score points. Now that's a kick that's going backwards.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think they've lost meters on that.
Now that is the wind. Where is the wind? Clearly there's a gale blowing at Pizzy Park.
So kick to the sideline. It gives the Bears anyway. Doesn't matter, 6 more tackles to attack Currumbin here. Quite a few repeat sets on the Currumbin line.
Lockie Sheldon, the debutant.
So the roll ball up. Yeah. Did a good job to get away with that one. Currumbin going to go short off Tioa. He's in the half now. They come back into the middle. Scott. Oh, big collision in the middle.
Burleigh.
Back onto the field. So haven't seen him, I don't think, so far in the second half, but he's made himself known now. I'll be keeping an eye out where he is on the field now. The referee's actually going to give a penalty to Currumbin. Obstruction play is the call.
Scott, what a great hit, Burleigh. Every now and then you watch a game of football and you feel the hit. Well, I felt that.
Mate, we were quite a distance away from it, but we could hear it and you could feel it. And
I'll be icing my ribs when I get home tonight.
Oh. So they hold out, Currumbin.
A little bit of ice on the bourbon, a little bit of ice on the ribs.
Oof. Big hit. And again, another good touch finder as well.
And look at them, Burleigh just struggling to get on side. They're tired.
Yeah, really good point. I was watching them come back too. They're really sucking in the big ones themselves here, Burleigh. 15 and a half left on the clock in the second half. If they can get one here, Currumbin, she's game on for sure. So Ramage runs in. They didn't have an acting half in position. He runs in to get there. Palatalisi off the inside ball from Mortimer.
I'm guessing the age of Burleigh.
Oh, mate, he looks like a spring chicken to me.
Yeah, well, I'd say I'm not going to guess in case I get it wrong and he runs into me later.
Oh, mate, after what we just heard before, I wouldn't even hazard a guess.
That's for sure.
So nice tackle. Again, they're on the 10-metre line, or just shy of, at the moment, Currumbin. Gill goes to the banana kick back on the outside, but I don't know if the support players out there knew it was on. And Ogilmuir.
Yeah, it's worked a couple of times. It certainly didn't work then. Interesting play, but
Again, just continuing to ask the questions, aren't they?
Yeah, I like it. The variety's good. Burgers involves himself.
Again, look at the metres he makes. Gee whiz.
He's a strong man.
Absolutely, big lump of a lad. They go the early kick, and that's a good option there. Turns Ramage around.
And look at the chase.
Plenty of numbers. Ramage takes the tackle. Doesn't look to do anything too silly.
We're back down Currumbin's end. A twinkle of an eye.
Yeah, and it's Currumbin now, who look like they're really sucking the big ones in. Here we go. Walker. Almost gets on the outside. Dancing away. Good job to get a few extra metres for the Eagles. Palatalisi. Straight through the middle. Gillum gets him over the halfway line now. Slow roll ball again. They go left. Mortimer. Willits. Last tackle. Let's see what the kick option is for Currumbin.
There'll be no banana.
Oh, they put pressure on. Did well to get away.
That was good pressure. That was good pressure. It resulted in a...
Oh, that's a fantastic catch. It really got away from Tane. He had to do a lot of work to cover some ground to take that great catch. Well, if he knocks that one on, that would really open the door for Currumbin. So big play there from the fullback from Burleigh, but here's the error.
And you know what? They've made the error through strong Currumbin defence. They've manned up. They're still having a go, Currumbin, which is good to see.
Yeah, Shane Gillum making the big play there for the Eagles. And his teammates run in. Give him a big pat on the back. That was a huge play. It could be a big moment in this match. So scrum feed here. Yeah, 23 out from the line.
Well, you graft away and graft away and graft away, don't you? But, you know, the clock's ticking down.
Yeah, unfortunately.
12 to go, 22-14. Still plenty of time, still plenty of points. There's a try or two or three tries left in this game, I think, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely, but the clock there, it's a really good point, Mick. The clock could be the enemy now for Currumbin, but if they get a try here, it's certainly game on.
Lockie Smith. Move to the centres. Jesus, he shambles them up. He's got Ramage on the wing now. Yeah. Smith in the centres.
Yeah, it's been really good. Enterprising play for Currumbin.
Is that Stewie Mason playing halfback? Oh, no.
Wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I think he might actually be getting a bit of a breather, the big boy. And oh, no, the ball spilled out here. Yeah, knock on. Oh, man, that's not what they wanted, unfortunately.
Mate, 70 minutes into a game of rugby league, the boys are getting tired, and hence the odd little mistake slips in. Yeah, now settle down, boys. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, just a little bit of niggle. Getting him
off.
Whoa, this is a huge call.
Well, someone's opened his trap, and I know for a fact Foster won't be happy with that.
So going against the Burleigh side here, so it was originally a knock-on. Burleigh were going to get the ball back. Both teams came together there.
Was the penalty back, Chad?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I saw there was a little bit of push and shove from a couple of the players, but there must have had to been something said, or the referee.
Well, you know what? I hope it is back, Chad. I hope the penalty's not for push and shove.
Yeah, so it's a big.
You know, and I know that sounds silly. That sounds horrible, but that's you know, you can't be giving push and shove penalties. Gee whiz, we're playing rugby league.
So 11 minutes 20 on the clock, 22-14 on the scoreboard. Yeah, quite a few of the players there. They're doing it tough out there now. Sucking in the big ones. Pellets to Lisi. Look at this run.
Jeez, he nearly come through the other side. That was a great run.
Still going here. Currumbin, they go back out to that left-hand side. Mortimer, they might have numbers here. Ramage, he flicks it out the back. Still got tackles up their sleeve here, Currumbin. Just need to hold on to the football, work towards it with set piece here. In this set, Mortimer. Oh, good crunching tackle on Mortimer.
You know what, he deserved that. That was unbelievable. He's still there and hung on to it. Yep. Of course you're going to get crunched.
Now they go back on the inside of Ramage. Oh, and the ball spilled out. Yeah, it's been picked up. So big contact there on Phil Ramage as well. And the Bears, they get away with it.
We questioned the first half, and they lacked a bit of enthusiasm, or want for a better word, whatever it was. But the second half, we've seen an absolutely different Currumbin side. But we still see the execution. It's still that 5% off. They're just lacking that just little bit. You know, the ball that goes a little bit backwards, it slows the play down momentarily, which gets the defence up and it kills the play.
So we scrum feed here to the Bears.
You know, a welcome scrum feed to the Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you'd think that they'd just be looking to complete this and just kick right down the other end, mate.
Yeah, let's start defending down Currumbin end. Jeez, that's sounded good.
They are not letting up either side at the moment. The hits that are coming into this game in the second half, but the back end.
10 to go, Scott.
And another one there as well.
Like
Matt Robinson, so gee whiz. Crowd's getting vocal as well. And oh no, there's a mistake here. Oliver Percy. Well, they just won't completely shut that door on Currumbin, will they?
And these are blokes that don't make mistakes. They're classy footballers, but hence, as I said, we're 70 minutes into a game. They're tired footballers. Clearly, the physical contact or the physical part of the game has been a lot full on than it has appeared. There's some tired boys out there, Scotty.
Absolutely. Oh, you can't blame them. They're needing to suck the big ones in at the moment. Under 10 to
and
go.
You're right, that door, it's not slightly open, it's a fair way open.
Yep, no, play on. That came off the feet.
Yeah, sure did.
Out of the scrum, so good call from the referees. But
He's
he
going for the one-on-one.
He plays in the tackle again on Mike Gray. Pelletalisi, again, strong contact. Again, they're fighting in the roll ball here. The two big boppers, Percy and Pelletalisi. Mortimer, early ball again.
It's on.
Willits. Oh, big tackle made.
Lloyd Burgers, but no, Matt Robinson. Great defence.
So back in towards the middle and dark pressure on him. Bellini coming up out of the line to make that tackle. Go short to Pelletalisi, and he's turned it over as well. So, just the errors, unfortunately.
The errors are creeping in, the niggles creeping. I hope it doesn't explode. I hope they both finish the game smart. Neither side wants to do anything silly. And you know what? I said it there early before. We're 8 points down, 8 minutes to go. We've got to try things. It was probably a 50-50, 60-40 offload. I forgive him for trying it. You know what I mean? Go down having a crack.
So again, Burleigh, they hang on.
Scottish, it was a flat first half. I've really enjoyed the second half of rugby.
It's been
league.
a great second half, mate. Great second half. Probably a little bit worried going into the halftime break. The way, Currumbin did a good job to work themselves back into the match in the first half, but when Burleigh put points on again right before the halftime break, we're sort of a bit nervous that they were going to roll away with it in the second half, but it's been all Currumbin really, particularly in the first stages of the second half. But it's just been some errors creeping in, but both sides have had errors, particularly towards the back end of the second half here, and no one's really been able to grab the game by the throat. An offload here, and they go down the right-hand side. It's turned it back on the inside, but there's another error here. They've turned it over again, Burleigh.
Gee whiz, error. Isn't the error having a big second half?
Oh,
Right? He's my man of the match in the second half.
Absolutely.
Error. What numbers he got on?
oh, mate, he's got all the numbers on, I think, at the moment. So, well, under 7 minutes left on the clock, still down by 8.
And the opposite side, you turn around and say, Pele, yes, I forgive you for that having a go. Burleigh, I don't forgive you. You're 8 in front. You don't have to play silly football.
No.
Just play basic, simple football. And you've got the clock on side. Get the 2 points in the bank and off you go. Silly passes and all that kind of jazz, it doesn't have to be on.
Yeah, they don't need to push those extra passes, do they? They saw a little bit of space down that right-hand side. Flirted with the sideline and made him pay. Here we go. The dancing man again, Joshy Walker.
You tell me you can't dance.
Oh, mate.
Right?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. There we go. This is the rule I love. Let's take it back half a metre and play the ball.
Yes.
Jeez, I love that rule.
There we go. And Pelletalisi, again, this time he just tucks it under the wing. Still driving forward. 28 now, Currumbin. And a penalty.
Here we go.
Start looking for the quick tap. Gets us back underway now. Gillum, been really good in the second half. Shane Gillum. Again, they're trying to slow the ball up. It's really messy in there at the moment. Gill. Go short.
Gill to Gill.
Yeah, the Gill boys linking up.
Gill.
Mason back out onto the field, tucks it under himself, gets a nice offload. They're under the post here, Currumbin. Well, here we go.
That's a good try. 22-25 to go.
Wow. We are on here, and again, it was just the errors in the end that really shoot yourself in the foot. It had to crack eventually. If they could just connect those passes, you still got nervous with the offload because they haven't been sticking in the last 5 or 10 minutes. But Mason, he comes onto the field, makes a difference, and they're right under the post.
Well, they haven't stopped trying, and they kept persistent with their plays, and they've pulled it off, which was always going to happen. It's been a monumental weight of possession. You know, the possession, I'd love to see the possession in the second half. It'd be enormous. But Currumbin's absolutely done the right thing. 5 minutes to go, 22-20, game on.
Oh, here we go. So this is exactly what we wanted. Match of the round. First on the table, the Burleigh Bears.
1v3.
And third, yeah, Currumbin. So this is what we were saying, Currumbin. We knew when you go across their team list like we did at the start of the match, they have strike across their field. They've got a great forward pack.
We say at half time, I said we knew they were a far better side than what they produced in the first half. So, you know, at the end of the day, win, lose or draw, I'm pleased that we've seen that. And you turn up and say, well, geez, what's happened to them? And mate, I still shake my head and scratch my head with the first half. Where were they?
Yeah, so, wow. Currumbin side, they could pull off a full 80-minute performance. Who knows what they can be in this competition this year, but there's still time for them to snatch this victory from the jaws of defeat. It's 22-20. Oh, working towards the sideline. They throw the ball. And they manage to hold on to it. Mason just brings them back in towards the middle of the field. They've still got to get down the other end of the park here, Currumbin. Do the smart things and do them well. Mason again, Pelletalisi comes off the left foot.
See, the big men are fired up, Scotty, haven't they?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, the two props from Currumbin have done a great job to get them back into this match. Again, still fighting Jared Gill in the play, just shy of the halfway line here, Currumbin. Mortimer sends it early. Pelletalisi gets a nice ball on the outside. There's a bit of space in front of him here. Willits. Tackle made. So space again down that left-hand side for Currumbin. It's the last tackle now. Mortimer, what options does he have? He sends it up. Lockie Smith, can he get up? He's taken it, Smith! Did he get it down? Lockie Smith! Oh, it's a penalty.
Yeah, I questioned the onside all the way along just to wait to see. And he had no question, the referee, the minute he's gone over.
Oh, yeah, it's called it perfectly there, Mick. Oh, inside the 10. Well, can you believe it?
And you know what, Mortimer? Execution. He took that extra second to kick that ball. He could have had that ball kicked a second or two earlier. He's hung on to it and let it go. If you watch the replay, he just lets it go that second or two too late. And that is dead set cost him a try, possibly a win.
So, Lockie Smith, it was a great take to get it up there, and it'd be interesting to see whether he would have planted that ball down, but that could have been their chance.
Lockie Smith, he's got an X factor about him, hasn't he? You
sit there and watch,
he snuck from here, he snuck to there, whenever he's got the ball, there's sure as hell there's something happening.
He's good under the high ball, that's for sure.
Mate, he's not a tall man. He's not a big man, you know.
In attack and defence, he's been really good under the high ball. So 2 minutes 45 seconds still on the clock here. 22-20 is your score here in this match of the round between Burleigh and Currumbin. Burleigh holding on to the lead. Just an easy run out of half there from Jordan Scott. Takes some nice metres at the same time.
Well, we're looking at tackle for.
It's slow roll ball, so they're trying to wind some seconds off the clock.
Oh, here we go. He's come out of the line, gee whiz.
Pelletalisi trying to get to Percy on that occasion.
They've had a bit of a running battle at the second half, Percy and Pellet.
Oh, now.
Whose penalty?
It's to Burleigh. So
yeah, they take the two and game over. Wow. Take the two and your game's over. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, 2 minutes on the clock now. Yeah, I didn't quite see what I could only imagine. There must have been some late contact on the kicker.
Absolutely, must have been. That's what he's ruled. But we're watching the football, of course, so you don't see it. And I think he's pointed at Bailey Gill, so whether he's done the late hit. Surely they take the two, kill the ball, and mate, they cop the kick off, and there's no more footy.
Yeah, there's a bit of a conference taking place out here at the moment. Now it looks like they're going to kick to the sideline.
No, I can't believe that.
So this is interesting from Burleigh.
That's very interesting.
They send it right over. Now Currumbin can still put a bit of defensive pressure on here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a chance to get in the ball again, Currumbin. The 2 points stops Currumbin from getting the ball.
Yeah, so under a minute 15 left on the clock. Burleigh again with the football. Sparkle's taking it forward. They go out to this right-hand side again. Good tackle, good contact made there on Matt Robinson.
Under a minute, Scotty. Under a minute to go.
So can a miracle happen here for Currumbin, or can they ice it now, the Burleigh Bears? Nice work from Jordan Scott, still dancing around Scott. Did well to get under the tackle. 42 seconds on the clock. Oh, and again, Pelletalisi coming out of the line.
Fifth tackle, 30 seconds to go.
So what's the option here?
Get a repeat set.
Yeah, they try to slow it up there. Sparkles, but it would have taken the shot from Pelletalice. It was decent contact. 27 seconds
Is
on the
Tano
clock.
setting himself for a field goal?
Yeah, interesting. Sitting really deep at the moment. He's right behind Matt Egan, so he might be a little bit rattled here. Tyler Sparkles still just gets to his feet now. 27 seconds on the clock. It's fifth tackle. Egan. They go short, coming off the left foot.
That's the fifth tackle.
Yeah, they make it
The ball
now.
back, I suppose. I don't know.
So they got a roll here. 15 seconds on the clock.
They're going to get 2 tackles, maybe 3.
They've just got to throw. Oh, there you go. That is
And
game.
you know what, Scott? I question their plays at the end. They knew exactly Currumbin was going to knock that ball off.
Yeah, oh, they must have,
Exactly
mate.
what was happening.
Oh, they must have had the crystal ball.
They were in control the whole time.
Oh, but yeah, they couldn't hold on to the football there and try to throw it on the outside edge to try to create something. But what a match we have had here this afternoon at Pizzy Park.
I spoke to a couple of the pundits in half-time. People were predicting 50 to 6 scorelines. I can't believe that. And I said, don't be silly, this is going to be a close game. And bingo, what have we got? We've got 22-20. And you know what, I'm very relieved to see Currumbin. We saw the true Currumbin in the second half. I think Burleigh deserved the win, but great effort for Currumbin.
Yeah, great game. We hope you enjoyed the coverage through Bar TV this afternoon. It is the Burleigh Bears. They managed to hold on to this one. The final score here at Pizzy Park, it's Burleigh Bears 22, the Currumbin Eagles 20.